This is just a short video of the 2020 Yamaha Limited S, of all the questions I had that I could not find online. So, sorry about the shakiness, but here we go. Alright, we'll start in the back. The seat deck is really nice. I had problems with water getting into down in the bilge whenever the kids were swimming. So I found that this hatch plate was completely unsealed. So just pull it out, re-silicone it, and haven't had any problems. There's a clean out port. All you gotta do, take it out. You can get right down into the impeller. It's pretty easy if you get something in there to get it out. It really is easy. Anyway, this is the freshwater fill for the shower. Radio back here is pretty nice. This is the hatch. When you get it new, all the way down there is the clean out port, or the drain, and there'll be a bunch of dirt and junk in there. Storage lockers back here, you've seen these 100 times online. A lot of stuff in there. All the kids' stuff in here. This little cutout here is for if you don't have the tower, that's where your all-around light mounts. The battery switches are here. So you want both of them on to run, but when you have the boat shut down, just flip them both off. With your batteries, and there's a bunch of storage back behind. I got all the extra life jackets back there. This came with the extra subwoofer, which in my opinion is garbage. You can't hear it at all. Walkable glove box is pretty nice. You can get quite a bit of stuff in there. And then when you turn the batteries on, you get that, and the fan starts automatically. You got the bar, because you can put liquor bottles in here, your glasses, and cut on this if you want. And then we did put a toilet in here. It's Camco. I don't know what the model is, but an adult can fit in here. It's a little snug, but the kid's great for the kids, especially early season. You can fit all the extra cushions in here, but we keep the table and leave that open so the adults can get in and out. Toilet paper, and you can hang a small towel there. I'm sure you've seen videos about the Connect system. The cruise and the wake is really nice when you're moving around. Over here, you got some controls, and right there's that freshwater tank for the shower. I think it's 9 gallons. And we'll pop open the engine here, shut the fans off. There we go. So the way this deck works is all the water drains through channels here and then out here and out through the back of the boat with a check valve. So you might want to check to make sure all these hoses are tight. Mine were really loose and leaking. I always keep these. The one here is for if water gets down in the gas tank, which is under this hatch, and there's just 4 bolts. Comes out pretty easy. So if you get water in here, drain it and open this, and that drains it down into the lower hull. And then like can see it around the bilge. There's a cutout to the lower hull, and then back there also. Got fuses, one for each engine, your inline blowers, and then you got your throttle linkage. So the throttles talk to this, and then this acts on the throttle. And the throttle on these are pretty touchy. Air filters here, you just pop these four. I think there's 8 tabs. You can get to it. Oil filters, super easy to get to. And then you got your oil here. This is your fuel rail, which with a quick connect, which is kind of nice. I hope that was in frame. Oil filter there, super easy to get to. Nice thing about the oil change is it takes exactly 4 quarts to fill it back up, which is what comes in the kit. Sound insulation is, I think, 2 or 3 layers. Does pretty good, I think. Let's see. Ski locker, you could hide dead bodies in. Again, if you get yours and it fills up with water, let's see. That plug there wasn't sealed, so even if you had the plug in, it still filled with water slowly, which was kind of annoying. But you could easily get 4 sets of skis and a couple wakeboards, no problem. Then of course you got this deal that closes, and if it's raining or windy, you close that and close the windshield, and you'll stay pretty much dry as long as you're moving. Wet sounds amp for this, it comes factory. It's okay. I mean, it's certainly not awesome by any means. These are your low inputs, so if you wanted to change it, you'd cut these and put an RCA cable connector on it. And then you got your speaker wires, your power wires. And then behind the helm, you've got access really good. You just pull this fabric out. There's little bungee clips here. And there is an auxiliary here. And then there's just a plug that you'd be able to tie into for auxiliary lights or whatever you want to do. The anchor locker has a drain clear down there in the bottom. So when you come down fast off plane, this will fill up with water. It just drains back out. I can't remember what size anchor this is, but it fits real nice in there. The ladder coming out of the water is kind of hard to get up, but it does work. Kids love it because they can climb up and jump off of here. Of course, the cup holders and the speakers. We keep all our normal life jackets in here, which we can get quite a few down in there, no problem. And then on this side, I have to keep the cover, poles, and you still got room, and it goes all the way back underneath. So again, you could get wakeboards, skis, or whatever in here if you had everything cleaned out. Sirius XM antenna. And then I bought this off Amazon, which is the same as Yamaha's mirror, but a lot cheaper because it's black and plastic instead of the anodized aluminum. I'm not going to do it now, but the bimini top it's not too bad to take down, but it's doable. Wouldn't want to do it every day. So you go to the boat, then you got docking lights, tower lights, interior. So you got lights up there, which are really nice at night, lights this whole area up. You got a light under there, and then up in front of each cup holder. Turn those off, and you hit that button, and it turns the shower on. Blower, bilge. Anchor light, of course, just turns on the all-around light, and navigation does them all. And then you can adjust your brightness, your day and night. Back, and then this is how you set your time and your depth. You can set your depth alarm here. I'm going to set that at 0 so it'll stop going off all the time. That's actually supposed to be 68, but here's all your radio, your Bluetooth. Never use the FM. Sorry, I was trying to do this in one take, but anyway. So you got your start battery, house battery, and your water temp here. You go to economy, trip, how many gallons you've used, and you can reset that. Fuel flow, so you can see how fast you're burning it. High speed, and that was on calm water with, I think I had 4 people in here and pretty full tank of gas, which I'm happy with that. Average speed, and then back to water temp. And then as soon as you start the engines, this goes into, I think it's drive mode. Trip information, just nice to know how far you've gone each day. And the map, we're in Ohio. It does take a minute to upload. So it keeps so you can have this running while you have your speed and your RPMs are up. And you can leave a breadcrumb trail so you can get back if you have a big lake. We're at the Ohio River, and that worked amazingly well. Right there, so you can search the map and then hit your boat, and it takes you back to home. That's where I run most of the time. And then when you start the engine, that of course pops up your RPM. It's USB and auxiliary, and then just a regular 12-volt cigarette lighter adapter. And then this one over here, I thought was 12-volt, but it's USB. It's come in handy. What I've read is this space is for bumpers, and there's a net that comes with it, but we just throw shoes there. Tower, pull it down. You just spin this around. You got the white there, and pull it out. You got the little tab there that meshes. It's not really that heavy, but definitely is a 2-person operation to pull the pins and drop the tower. And the measurements online to fit in the garage are pretty much right on, because I had to rebuild the garage to get the fit. So, it's a tour of our 2020 Yamaha Limited S, and we've really come to love it. Had 12 people on here, no problem getting up on plane. The engine noise is different from a stern drive. It's not worse, it's just a different tone. So if you're used to that, it's just a difference that you have to live with. If you can't stand it, well, you should probably test drive one first if you're that sensitive to sounds. Kids love the back swim platform, and we really like it. Now when you're driving this thing, just a warning, you can go forward and reverse as fast as you want to go, and that is really the way you steer this thing in tight quarters. So practice. Steering is sluggish under low speed, so it's more of a drifting than you are steering. And low speed, you've got to be at the wheel. If you look down for a minute, you'll be over there instead of over here. So again, we love it. It has its quirks, but all boats do. On the snap-ins, sea deck or marine mat that they use is really nice. We found that the fabric around the edge does get moldy and start to smell, especially with the kids in and out constantly keeping it wet. I would definitely go with the Yamaha cover. It's, again, a little bit of a trick to get the thing on and off, but it's waterproof and works pretty good. And we've towed 75 miles an hour down the interstate for 2 hours with absolutely no problem with the poles up. So anyway, questions, comments, leave them in the comments below. I'm just starting this channel, so I doubt anybody will actually watch this. So enjoy.